UK Sports bringing you the NBA. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here we go. Last time these two teams met, it was the New York Knicks picking up the loss in that outing against the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Flag. And here is Johnson. And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
Pass to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Cunningham for three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And Wembanyama outside. And stolen by Flag. And Suggs throws it down.
Well, look, you can't sleep on Suggs' athleticism because the second you do, he explodes to the rim.
To the inside. Gobert. Outside for Pippen. Over Flag. New York, no good that time either.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Wembanyama. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
And a big man who moves like a guard. Wembanyama is an absolute terror when he slices inside.
In the corner, Knueppel with it. And here we go. And Suggs throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers, to get down the floor before the defense is set.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Gobert, the screen. Here's Cunningham. That one goes. Count it.
Well, it took them 4 attempts, but they've taken the lid off the basket. Maybe that'll get some momentum going.
You know, Stan, we had talked about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses. What impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Knueppel with it. Bridges covering. Shot clock at 6. It's a floater, and Cunningham with the layup. Cunningham's got his second bucket of the night.
Cunningham is so skilled working the pick and roll. That time the play was for himself to score.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Cunningham outside. And again, Cunningham missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. 1:30 left to play here in the first. Pippen outside. New York moving the ball around. Knueppel with the bucket.
So lethal off the catch. Knueppel is good at just finding space and then timing it quickly.
Johnson with it. Still without a basket. Wembanyama left side. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson. Wembanyama's got a couple of threes now in the first for San Antonio. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Pippen. To the middle. It's stolen by Cunningham. 3-on-3. Pippen down low. And then Pippen slams it in.
Don't you wish you could leap like Pippen? I mean, I do. Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found it. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
New York shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis. Something to like about Concanipple is how he thinks the game. Tremendous court awareness for a young player.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Poked away. New York again turning it over. With 1 on the clock. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things.
San Antonio, 18.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Champagnie. Rebounded by the Spurs. And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Bridges misses. Knicks trailed by 8. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And a misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
To the paint. Diabate's shot is good. Diabate's got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs. Down low. Here's Jordan. Pass to Cunningham. Here's Champagnie. Cunningham with it. Picked up by Suggs. Champagnie. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
The first free throw is good. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd, but I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
And Mitch Johnson, Stan, now taking over full-time as head coach of the Spurs.
Well, look, Mitch Johnson's the son of an NBA player and a high-level point guard in college. He knows how to run a team and favors that pace and space style.
Now here's Jenkins. Still scoreless. Pass to LeVert. Over Porter. A nice shot by LeVert.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back over to you, Kevin.
They'll get there for sure. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Back to Porter. And the layup's good off the glass. Porter's got his first 2 points.
And each year, Porter just becomes more efficient and more deadly.
Pass to LeVert. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
And Porter drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Now, here's LeVert. He has 6. Here's Jenkins. That's good. That's LeVert with the assist. Jenkins got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Porter, here we go. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Spurs lead by 9.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
All right, and give it up right now for the Knicks breaker dance crew.
San Antonio making a switch here. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pass to Murray Boyle. Now Porter, covered by Cunningham. Porter inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porter's got the lead up to 11 now for San Antonio. Knocked away. Goodwin with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Stolen by Magic. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Look, Suggs is a fun player in the open court. Gets to unleash that speed and athleticism.
Suggs with the steal. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. Nails the wide open jump shot. Wembanyama's got 15.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Here's Bridges. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's San Antonio holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Inside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pass to Suggs. Here's Wembanyama. Here's Johnson. Here's Bridges. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And Bridges is a crafty player, knows how to draw whistles and get to that line.
2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Knicks. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Pippen can't hit.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength. But he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
Here's Johnson. The Knicks making the shot. Pass to Wembanyama. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. 17 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Pippen with the wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Pippen's got 5.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Now Cunningham. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. 6 to shoot. And it's Pippen in the corner. Over Suggs. Pippen, no luck. Spurs leading by 20. Wembanyama outside. And it's off from three-point range. Cunningham outside. To the inside. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
What a slam by Gobert. He's solid getting positioning inside and using it to his advantage.
Now, here's Suggs. 6 points for him. And here is Johnson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Pass to Knueppel.
2 minutes.
To the paint. Shoots the three. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Kevin, back to you.
Oh, yeah, he can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. New York moving it around. That's a 2 from Cunningham. Tries again. Gobert, the screen. Another shot. Cunningham's shot is off.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Fantastic hustle from the rookie flag. That kind of all-out effort will earn him points with his teammates and coaches.
And here comes the break. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Timeout.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
A difficult situation for New York. Here's Jenkins. Diabate grabs the board. Here's San Antonio now. Here's Murray Boyle. The rebound by Champagnie. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the middle. And the dunk by Jordan.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
Pass to Diabate. Here's Murray Boyle. Fires it up. And so it's San Antonio closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting.
50.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Spurs leading by 20. Pass to Grimes. Porter inside. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Down low. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
To the paint. Here's Diabate. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Cunningham looking it over. And good. as it just snugs right down through the net.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Wembanyama. And Jordan sends it back. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Here's Suggs. Again, the miss by the Spurs. LeVert with it. To the inside. Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? The coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Outside, Wembanyama. Johnson left side. Clock at 6. Drives to the hoop. Puts it right back up and in.
Hard to keep up with an athletic rookie like Flag. He's ready to outrun everybody.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Bridges with the steal. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. A free throw drops for Suggs.
Well, one thing you like about Jalen Suggs is this guy's a hard worker. You see that on the court, and you see it off in the way he's continued to work on his game.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And the Spurs lead by 20.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Got it! And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Now Suggs. Stolen by Knipple. Cunningham. And he pounds it home. I had a feeling he wasn't going to lay that one in. No, sir.
Well, teammates appreciate that kind of hustle on the break. Good work by Cunningham getting up the floor.
Wembanyama. He's off from 3. Knicks trailed by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for San Antonio.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Outside, Wembanyama. Here's Flag. Outside, Wembanyama. 5 on the clock. They double-team Wembanyama. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
New York ball.
And the Knicks with possession. It's a 16-point game. Now, here's Cunningham. so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an